What's good? I'm back at you again. Had to slide up in here and give you a little more love. Told you I was gonna drop this one on y'all today, talking about them government informants. The government admits paying over half a billion, in payments to federal informants. Just wanted to go ahead and breathe on you a minute and give you some information, especially you young cats out there that really don't know how this thing go, as far as dealing with the feds. Dealing with the feds and dealing with the state is two different things. And there's nothing in the state and the state process that can pretty much prepare you for what you experience with the federal government. Because the federal government come completely different. And when they come get you, they got you. What up, though, Mo? I see you in here, baby. We had one yesterday. You must have been tied up. I'm so used to seeing you in here, but I'm happy that you was able to slide up in here today, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, so want to go ahead and just put y'all on a little game. Because I know coming up myself, everything was a big thing. Oh, he been to the feds. He been to the feds, this, that, and the other. And the guy walk up and he stick his chest out like he a big fella because he been in the feds. But cats back then wasn't telling you how the game go, and how to avoid, getting jacked off in a situation like that with the federal government. Yeah, family, I know you missed it, bro. I know. I'm sure you life be lifing, man. You can't catch them all. But I just wanted to know, my brother, I'm used to seeing you and you was missed. Because you be bringing the facts right with me, too. Sometimes you be telling the end of the damn story before I even got started. So I probably was happy your ass wasn't up in there yesterday. Yeah. Um, Give me some likes and some thumbs up out there, man, so I can go ahead and drop a little something on y'all. I ain't gonna be in front of y'all face a long time today. But like I said, I just wanted to come more for these young guys out here that don't know. And just to put you up on something. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide on this first topic because, like I said, I ain't trying to talk y'all to death today. So we're gonna go ahead and hit this other one. Give me a minute on that comment right there. I'm gonna come right back at you. Appreciate the love, baby. Appreciate the love.
I want y'all to Google with the FBI paid informants, with the DEA paid informants, and with the ATF paid informants. This is why I bring y'all these videos, right? The game that y'all so love, the game that y'all so idolize, the people that y'all look up to, it is all rigged. It is all one big game. You have no chance of becoming El Chapo. You have no chance of becoming Big Meech. You have no chance of becoming any of the so-called legendary drug dealers you look up to. You have no chance of becoming none of them. We're talking about $500 million.
And that's what the government paying. Most of you young guys don't know that a lot of these guys be out here running around with your friends and all that. I think the government paying like almost $90 to $100,000 a year. And if you have any friends that come up missing on certain days during the week, back in the day it used to be like a Thursday or something. But every week or every 2 weeks they come up missing on a certain day. You don't never know what they are, what that's going on, where they at. They could be downtown at that federal building debriefing. And like I say, I keep it gangster. I don't stall y'all out. I keep it real with you. I get it to you straight and I get it to you uncut. What's up, Preem? What's shaking with you, baby? Yeah, baby. Damn, was you? I didn't see you yesterday either, Preem. Or was you up in? No, you was up in there, Preem. That might have been on me. Might have been on me. Let me see. Like Divine Sound says, yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. I mean, at one point, family, they had cats lining up when it had got real tight out in the street. It was a drought for a nice little minute. Jokers was going downtown, right down there, trying to line jokers up, man. And that's just real. And that was back in our day. And our day ain't as bad as what it is now. Not trying to drag the youngins, but just to try to put them up on game, you know. And just like you seen that situation with Big U out there in LA, and you seen how much money he was getting paid. Started him out with about 400-500, and then the first year gave, bumped him up to like a million, 1.2. So it's real, them numbers right there. Them some real numbers, and it's just important for y'all to see, as the brother was saying in a video that I showed, that is real. It is rigged. It's all rigged, man. If you ever seen a spy thriller, that's exactly what this shit is, man. Uh, okay, what's up, box office? Streets is over, man. Streets is over, and that's what it is, man. That's what it is. That's what this all about. Making sure these youngers know what time it is, and go ahead and validate what my man sent, these little clips that I'm playing, because my homie sent this to me a little while back, and I say, you know what? Let me jump on this, man, and breathe on it and get these youngers some real perspective on what's going on. Let's go ahead and slide on this next clip, though. But we about to get deep. I ain't gonna be in front of y'all long, but I'm gonna drop some serious jewels.
$500 million. The FBI paid $294 million. The DEA paid $237 million, and the ATF paid $17.2 million. Do you understand? As you think you're doing something smarter, they are paying pieces around the board to surround you. Every way you look up, you're going to lose. This is a losing game you playing. I don't care how many cars you show. I don't care how much jewelry you show. I don't care how many houses you try to stunt with. I don't care how many blocks of money you put in your air. All because when they come, they're coming. When they come, they coming. Believe me, you. And when you look up, out of 30 people that you was dealing with, 25 of them are working for one of these agencies. Believe me, you. This ain't about rats or snitching or not. I could care less about any of that because I'm not in the streets.
I remember I had just got out, and a young lady that I was real tight with, her son ended up catching the case. And so she coming to me, and he ended up catching a Fed joint. I see the comment, give me a minute. And she talking to me about it, and she asked me what I think, and I'm telling her. She didn't like what I was telling her. Well, no, they ain't gonna do that to him. You just don't know. You just don't know, Primo. They like brothers. They call me mom. I said, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. And everything I told her, it failed just like I told her. And then I told her, as she was telling me things, who was most likely kicking his back in. And it failed just like that. Sometimes you start telling, especially these women, things about what's going on, and they get mad at you. But my thing is this: always keep it 1,000. And when they grab you and you got an indictment, you got jokers out the gate that's cutting the deal. Out the gate. Because you don't want to be the last one. And that's just keeping it real. That's just keeping it real. And up in Michigan, a lot of times they'll let you right back out, give you a personal bond or whatever. And here's another thing. Guys think because they get picked up by them people and they let you go, it's over with. 9 times out of 10, they be back about 2-3 years and get you. Then you look at that paperwork and they say, man, they said they was investigating me since this. They wasn't investigating me. They lying. They not lying. When you see that paperwork and they say they first found out and started investigating you from like 4 or 5 years ago, what that means, that was the first time somebody went down there and said your damn name. That's what that means. That's what that means. So like them numbers, like my man said, the numbers that they paying out ain't nothing near what a joker can make out here in the street. It's way less. You know what I'm saying? When I first started going out west, my old head told me, listen, when you're going out west talking to them folks, always tell them you ain't got no money. And I'm like, why, old head? He said, because out there is a lot of them folks out there working. And they try to get you to bring as much money as you can, because what they do when they line you up, they get 20% of that or whatever. They get a check. Go back and look at that Meech thing with Tammy Collins or Cohen or whatever, when she knocked off Terry White. And look at that check she got. Yeah, that's how it go. And that's how Tammy was hustling. Yeah, the women out there, they hustles too. You know what I'm saying? And that's just keeping it gangster with you. Let me go and get these two comments right here. I noticed my loved ones up in here. What's up? Okay, Preem, what you got? When money is your motivation, you've always fell into the trap. Yeah, all the time, because you get blinded by that. What's the old saying we come up on? All money ain't good money. Some money you got to let pass you. Some money you got to let pass you. What you got, Preem? Plus, them people will have a person you've never seen in life point you out. Oh, I'm listening here. When they come, as dude said, they coming. When they got you, they got you. And it's by all means necessary. The high rating on the conviction rate, it ain't like that for no reason. That's just keeping it real. You know, and like he said, you get your car, you get the couple of things you're getting. But most youngers don't know, when you got that money, when you going fed. I know back then, I don't know what it is now because I've been out the game so long. But I know back then, with a federal case, you had to pay anywhere between 20, maybe sometime 50, depending on what it was, just to retain, just to say this lawyer is your lawyer. You know what I'm saying? So a Fed case, I know in my case, I spent a little over 350 racks and still went to prison. I mean, just keeping it real with you. Let's slide on this next joint.
I'm just telling you what you up against. I'm just telling you what you up against, because most of y'all is not going to even make 0.1% of this number right here. Most of y'all is not going to even make 0.1% of this number right here. So when you thinking, oh man, I just got a line, and you trying to hide the line, and you act like you just stumbled across the line, and you think you good because you got that line, when you find out who his line is, then what? When you find out who his line is, then what? When you find out you just got caught up in a spider web, here come the indictments.
And that's important. That's important. I ended up with my line. Guess who told on me? My line did. That's just keeping it funky with you. That's just keeping it funky with you. Especially when you're dealing with, and understand, what I'm saying ain't against no racial group. It ain't nothing like that. That's just how this shit go. That's how it go. That's how it's lined up. I'm dealing with the Mexicans and whatever. They told on me. They told on me and got no problem with it. And the majority of them feel that telling on you ain't telling. And understand what I'm saying. I'm not speaking against no Mexicans or no Hispanic people. That ain't what this about. Because the most money I ever made in my life, I made with them. And I made millions, brother. Believe me when I tell you. I'm just keeping it totally gangster with y'all, but I'm telling you how the game goes. They will tell on you because their superiors will tell on them. That's how it goes. And I'm going to hit y'all with something as evidence and all at the end of this. But dig this. This another thing different between state and Fed. When you go in Fed, ain't none of your time that you get is what you gonna get. Now, if they tell you they're gonna give you 250 months, they'll give it to you now. Don't think that's a lot of time. They ain't gonna get, don't think that. They get that shit away like candy. But when you go in there with them, they're going there with the intentions with you to negotiate. I'm telling you now, with the feds, it's something different. State, I ain't never been locked in the state, but I've been in situations with the state, but never was locked up in the state. You know, this what you gonna charge, this what you gonna time you when you go into the feds. It's not like that. They're not gonna cuss you. They're gonna call you sir, mister. They're some of the politest people you ever met in your life and will knock your head right off. And they don't care what you did. They'll negotiate with the devil. I'm just telling you. They'll negotiate with the devil. And I'm keeping it gangster with you. Make it real convenient for you too. And they're not gonna say nothing. That's why I say when you get that paperwork, when they say they was investigating you maybe 5 or 6 years before you had caught the case, and you be like, they lying, they ain't investigating, they making that up. No, they didn't. I mean, that's the first time somebody went down there and brought your name up. That's what that means. Let's go and slide on this next one right here.
Here come the indictments. And now this 2-year run that you had, when you look up and you realize out of 2 years, you only made 200,000 or 100,000 or 50,000. Now you don't got no lawyer. Your family don't got nothing. What you do then?
Had another situation. My cousin, just like my sister, her brother ended up running down to Ohio, you know, with a YT girl, in love with her, whatever the case may be. He get caught on the highway. So in the Escalade, whatever, she tell me the whole situation. I say, he going to prison. Oh, don't say that. Don't. No, he going to prison. I say, what was the weight? She couldn't tell me the weight. Because when you go on the feds, it's all there. However much weight you get charged with is a quantity, it's a quantity table. You go to whatever the subject is it that girl or that boy, fent, whatever. And then they got a drug quantity table. And they however much you were charged with the weight of whatever you had. And then you take that and you go over to the sentencing guideline. You go to the sentencing guideline, and if you never had no history, you're in category 1. But if you got a history, you might be in category 2 or over the 6. And I think the table starts at maybe 15 or 18. It goes all the way up to, I think 30, is it 40 or something? I can't remember all the way. And that's how you sentence. So based on the drug quantity table, you go over to the sentencing guidelines, and that because the drug quantity table gonna tell you what level you at. And when you get your level, you go to the sentencing guideline. Let's say your level is 31. So you can get the low end of 31. This is hypothetical. Low end of 31 might be 90 months. I think it's more than that. And the high end may be 110 or something like that. The judge can sentence you anywhere between there, depending on what your PSI is. Your PSI is your pre-sentencing report. And the PSI can also enhance you and take you up some points. So this is what you have to be aware of. You know what I'm saying? And that 200, most jokers ain't going to make that much. But that 200, 100 or whatever you're going to take, guys be making money and they don't think about what it's going to take for the case. Now, I'm going to run this video. I'm going to run this clip back one more time because then I'm going to show you something after this.
Here come the indictments. And now this 2-year run that you had, when you look up and you realize out of 2 years, you only made 200,000 or 100,000 or 50,000. Now you don't got no lawyer. Your family don't got nothing. What you do then?
Ain't got no money, no lawyer. Your man caught up with you. He hemmed up. He paranoid because none of y'all ain't got no money. You been tricking or whatever. Now I'm going to show you right here what your man going to do.
So I'm not worried about getting in no motherfucking trouble. Ever. If I go broke again, I go back to selling dope or doing whatever. Because I know at least 3 unsolved murders from the early 90s that I can tell to get out of jail for.
I was raised to just mind my business, man.
I wasn't. My mama and them were looking out the window saying, girl, you see she got a new man. I wasn't raised to mind my business. I heard grandmama and them talking about the neighbors and them. They was on the phone talking about people. I wasn't raised to mind my business.
That's what your man gonna do. But when you talking to him, man, I'm 10 toes down, nigga. I ain't gonna never, ever, and all that little there, and whoop, whoop, whoop. He get in there, he gonna turn right to that little joker right there I just showed you. My whole time hustling, I never told no dude, don't tell on me. Never. Because what you gonna say it for? Because that's what they gonna do. That's how it go. And when I got over there dealing with them cartels, not one time did they ever tell me or question me about telling. They did not care. I didn't understand why. But when that shit went down, I found out why. And I'm going to show y'all why at the end of this. Let me catch this comment right here. Oh, baby mama up in here clowning. So I'm about to, let me show y'all this one joint right here. Where it at? Yeah, here we go.
I want y'all to wake up and realize that y'all playing a rigged game. Wake up and realize that y'all playing a rigged game. And it's rigged from the highest level down to the lowest level.
Okay, now, let me hit you with your evidence right now of what I'm saying. I showed this yesterday in what I was talking about how much the feds paid, and they basically was, in recent years, with many committing authorized crime. Okay? Now, check that out right there. I can't read it because it smells so small. If y'all need to, pause it, whatever. But a video, I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong, but that's one of Chapo's sons. Y'all remember he got brought over here, and I believe that was who basically set the old man up and brought him back on that private jet. I think it's 13 members of his family or something of that nature came over here. How you think that happened? How you think that happened, people? Let me hit you with this video, and I'm going to explain it to you.
Sure why this isn't all over the American news. It's all over the Mexican news. 17 members of the Sinaloa cartel, all of El Chapo's family, turned themselves in yesterday to the FBI in San Diego. And I don't hear anything on it here or anyplace else. It's a really big frickin' deal. I don't know why it's being kept quiet here.
The reason nobody know about it, ain't nobody talking about it, because that's part of what he negotiated with the government. What y'all don't understand, when they extradite them over here, as I talked about it yesterday, the Meridian Treaty that was done under Bush Jr., when they extradite them over here, if they tell, they automatically give them American citizenship. Y'all didn't know that. Like Chapo's sentenced and locked up now. Y'all hear life over here. But according to the Meridian Treaty, he can't do no more than 25 years over here. And they got to send him back. So that's why if you look, he was Googling, asking the last president to bring him back or do a treaty transfer to bring him back. Because after you do a certain percentage of your time, you can do a treaty transfer and transfer back over there. But he won't do no more than 25 years here, and he going back. Or, because he got down, he can also end up getting citizenship here. Yeah. Because if you remember, his wife was coming back and forth over here, and then she ended up getting a couple of years and all that, which she should have got more than that, but most likely he took the most weight for her. Bam, she did what she did, and bam, now she clean. Because when she got there, she proffered. That means when you basically like you go in there with a Catholic priest and you confess, that's what a proffer is. Yeah. So a video lined up so he could get his family over here and get him American citizenship. Like I told you, when you go in there with them, it ain't no just cut dry the time you get. Yeah. Sentencing guideline, quantity tables and all that. Yeah, that's real. But you can always go in there and work that time down. That's what them jokers come over here and do. Now, the Colombian bosses, they know off rip. They automatically come tell. They come tell, or if they got enough money, they can give government over there in Colombia so much money, sign off and say they'll never do it again. They leave them alone. But the majority of that money comes to the United States. Now, them wave runners over there, them boys down there in them islands, they'll be running them things across them waves. Yeah, they get down. But only the difference is they'll go back and tell him, man, boy, you better not never go over there to island. So I burnt your ass up. Yeah. And see, the whole thing is, and I'm giving it to you straight uncut. The whole thing is, we on that loyalty thing, and that ain't nothing but a facade. It's a lie. It ain't nothing but game being put on you, baby. And I'm keeping it gangster with you. I see the comment, give me a minute. And just for y'all that don't know, give me some likes, thumbs up, and all that. For all y'all don't know, let me go and give you my resume. Let me go and give you my resume. For y'all don't know, that's me over on Connect Podcast. I got almost 1 million views on that thing. I met Chapo. I be arguing with Karate JR ass all the time too. He's a damn stalker. But yeah, all over there, work with 3 of your major cartels. I got my book out over there on Amazon. Right there, you can hit it up. You can get it hard copy or you can do it on audio. You know what I'm saying? Now let me show you something right here. Chapo starts to tell me that he only dealt with one other black guy. And I can't remember what he said, the 90s or when. He said he dealt with one other black guy before. The black guy never cheated him. He said they did real good work, but then he just up and disappeared. He said he didn't owe him no money. He just disappeared. He never seen him. And he said that was the only black guy that he worked with. You're not going to disappear on me, are you? Like that. And I'm like, no, you know. I'm going to say yes. Listen, let me tell you something, my friend. I need you to know this. He said that at the end, this right here, he did it. He said must always end up in the hand of a black man.
What?
The cocaine must always end up in the hand of a black man.
What did you think he was trying to tell you?
It meant a whole lot more to me later. What he was telling me is that you are the most important variable. And if I have a direct link with you like I had with the other black guy that I worked real good with, we made plenty of money. So he's giving me a history. I have worked with somebody black, so me and you could work together. And basically saying this guy made a lot of money, he just left. And I want you to know at the end, you are the most important variable because you have access to the market. I don't like talking about this stuff, man. That's why a lot of times I don't. But 07 pulled up on me the other day and like, come on, man, you got to get back to what you do. And I give it to y'all straight, uncut. And as the old boy said in the video, this ain't about ratting, this ain't about snitching, it ain't about none of that. Because guess what? Ratting and snitching and all that, that's part of the game. And the problem that we have over here, we doing loyalty, but them people over there doing business. By all means necessary. And that's what we make the mistake at. And we don't only make it with that, because we can be a loyal people. The same way we are with some of these political parties, giving loyalty, but we don't get nothing. Look at your man Trump. He's transactional. Something for something. As your man in Silence of the Lambs said, Hannibal Lecter, quid pro quo, Clarice. Something for something. That's business. But ratting, snitching, and all that little folklore things that they tell you, that's all part of the game, and it's going to go down, period, full stop. Let me look at some of these comments over here before I get out y'all way. What's up, Ja? Man, me and Ja be talking all damn day. Before I just got on here with y'all, me and Ja was talking. Actually, Ja done hit me up. He got a few messages for me right now I got to look at. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, Karate J, a big stalker, man. He don't know what to do with himself. I set up and took a case for a cat, and this dude ended up in prison with me later. Listen, I'm sorry you went through that, Preem. I'm sorry you went through that. Because a lot of these dudes be crash dummies, man. They be crashing out. You took that thing for him, being a solid dude, and he end up right back off in there and crashed out again. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, bro, but we from a different era, man. We from an era where real solid dudes stood, and we, you know what I'm saying? Because we understood the hustle, you know? But it's a lot we didn't know. because we was moving on some principles that were not principles. They were hood folklore. Nothing more, nothing less, baby. Nothing more, nothing less. But you a solid dude. You a solid dude. Some of the other guys are some solid dudes, man. But that era is gone. As I forgot who that was said that the era was gone. It is. It's gone. It's over with. You know, some guys having withdrawals and can't handle it mentally, whatever the case may be. But and this group of guys here, they don't understand the hustle. They want instant gratification. They want to invest nothing but get it all. It's more of a scammer thing. And I guess, you know, who am I to knock the hustle? I guess they decided to start scamming because on that table that I'm talking about, sentencing guidelines, you get a lot less time and you can steal a lot more money than what you get for having a small amount of work. So, hey, it is what it is, you know. But I appreciate y'all, family. Oh, yeah, all day, baby. Facts. I appreciate y'all, family, man, pulling up in here and fucking with your boy. As always, and I always say, man, at the end of the day, I'm trying to fuck with you, and I'm hoping that y'all continue to rock and fuck with me. Give me some likes, thumbs up, and all that. And I always say, at the end of the day, family, we got next. Deuces.